There's been something that's been on my mind for the past couple of weeks now, and it's something that I've really been reflecting over and journaling about. And it's this feeling of the pain that comes with drifting apart from someone. And I wrote something that I feel like kind of helped me work through it, and I feel like it could help anyone else if you're feeling this kind of a pain, because I realize that the pain of drifting apart from someone is a very silent and slow kind of pain. Sometimes it could be sudden, but oftentimes you don't even realize it's happening until one day you wake up and see how far apart you have drifted. You start wondering where things went wrong. Should you have been putting in more effort? Was there something you could have said or done differently? Maybe if you didn't take up space. Maybe if you weren't vulnerable. Maybe if you weren't asking for more than the bare minimum, then things would be different. But the truth is that if things were supposed to be different, they would be. When a path diverges, there is nothing you or someone else can do to bring it back together. And deep down, we know this. Our bodies can sense the shift happening in the relationship, but it's the mind that takes time to accept it. Sometimes it could take us days, months, years, and for some, a lifetime, to finally accept what has been in front of us all along. I saw something recently that said, it's not the end of the relationship, but instead the completion of it. And I loved that because it reminds you that this person was only supposed to be a chapter or maybe a few chapters in your story, not the whole book. And I think life is just about appreciating the presence of these characters that come into our life, the experiences you shared with them, and the evolution that happens through the lessons you had with them. Over the course of your life, you will come to understand that these seasons of shedding and rebirth are just another process of nature, and it's always for your highest good. But even though we might understand this, it doesn't make the process any less painful. And if you happen to be watching this right now, you can see that I am sitting on the pier in New York. It is literally my favorite place to be. It is such a safe space for me. I come here when I'm happy. I come here when I'm sad. I come here to laugh. I come here to cry. I come to watch the sunset almost every single day. And I come here when I need support and comfort from nature, because I realize that, honestly, she has all the answers. And one day I came here when I was feeling particularly low, and I had to let go of some big things in my life and close some chapters. And so I came by the water and I saw this sign that said, "Be the river." On there, it had all the qualities of the river: dynamic, fun, tenacity, energy, vitality, flow, and freedom. And it was so beautiful because it reminded me that life always has a plan for you. And sometimes you just have to let go and let the river's current take you. There comes a point when it's no longer worth trying to row upstream. We get so caught up in holding on to the past that you forget the river is connected to the ocean. If you just let go, you would see that it is leading you to abundance, endless opportunities, new experiences, and freedom. I am someone who personally never likes to leave anything on bad terms. If it comes to the time where I have to part ways with someone, I will do everything in my power to make sure it's on good terms. But I've come to learn that sometimes it isn't in our control. It isn't in our control as to how the other person may perceive you or the situation. Sometimes deciding to let go and choosing yourself, choosing to love yourself, might make you the villain in their story. And as a recovering people pleaser, this was something really hard for me to accept. But then I realized, isn't it better to be misunderstood than to be in a space where people don't see you for who you are? Isn't it better than being surrounded by people you are keeping as placeholders just because you are too afraid to be alone? But the reality is, in their presence, you feel more alone than ever before. One of my close friends, Catherine, always reminds me that people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And just like when summer turns into fall, fall to winter, and winter to spring, it's just nature taking its natural course. It's nothing personal. And I think the best thing you can do for yourself is to not blame yourself or the other person. Just know it's time for a new season and you are going to be more than okay. You were whole before them and you will still be whole after them. Even when a tree sheds all its leaves, it still remains standing and it will flourish once again. If you are going through this process right now, whether it's a friendship, family, a partnership, or any kind of relationship, I know that it is really hard to go through or understand why it's happening. But I promise everything happens for a reason, and life always has a plan for you greater than you can ever imagine. It's important to remember that there are some relationships where you guys may diverge temporarily to evolve and then eventually come back together. And then there are some that have just completely run its course. And it's important you have awareness on which one yours is. The longer you keep holding on to what is no longer meant to be, the more painful it will be. Holding on might temporarily delay the process, but it won't prevent the inevitable. You are allowed to be happy for the experiences you had, yet sad that it's over. You are allowed to miss the memories, but crave to experience new ones, maybe even better ones. You are allowed to grieve your old life while building your new one. And you are allowed to want to relive your time with them while understanding that sometimes we just have to learn to love people from afar. Wherever you are, I am sending you so much love. And more than that, I hope you give yourself unconditional love, grace, and just remember that you are an absolute gem of a human being. And if you're going through this process right now, you will get through it. There is so many amazing things coming for you. Remember to flow like the river. She is so powerful. She is so strong and soft and just beautiful. Yeah. And just know that everything, everything is going to be okay. Give it some time, give yourself grace, give yourself love. And yeah, I love you.